Alright guys, welcome back to Miniature Adventures. So, what are we going to look at today? So today we're going to be looking at the core book for Aliens, the role-playing game. This is the Evolved edition, so I guess you could call it second edition. And this is the complete core rules. Now, it's completely compatible with the starter set that we've got, and in fact, it's probably, as I said in that video, cost effective to get the starter set and this one. Now the starter set is just pretty much one scenario. You know, it helps you build out some other similar scenarios, but this one helps you with all the other kind of things. It allows you to do some of the terrain. You can use some of the terrain like this from LV427, which is the mines stuff that they've produced, which we've seen in previous videos. It allows you to do it in a colony, so you could use the aliens and other growers there in the core stuff if you have that, and it lets you use obviously spacecraft, things like that. Now, one thing I like about this, you're all gonna laugh at me, but I love the fact that this has some of the Alien Romulus stuff in it. We're gonna take a look. Now, what I won't be able to do is go into a lot of detail because it's a big book and I've not actually read the whole lot yet. Hoping to. I really want to learn and study this because, one, I just love the franchise, but I want to be able to eventually run my own games. So it does contain rules for Prometheus, Covenant, and Alien Romulus. So let's take a quick look. So firstly, obviously, we've got the map of the territories and things like that, which I like. Yeah, so you can kind of maybe based on this, you can go outside, but you know, the layout is really nice. Like, this is a beautiful layout for a book. I just think that, you know, when they do this, it really helps. I think at the back is an index too. Yeah, so the back there's an index. Obviously you've got the cards for you to kind of photocopy, but they do actually offer the character sheets that you can download. I know I'm skipping to the back. And then a combat tracker. So everything's in here. So like I say, we're only going to breeze through it, but I really do want to focus on some bits and pieces. So here we've got more and more stuff. Like I say, so the alien species, you've got the neomorphs, you've got the xenomorphs, and you've got the engineers. There's a couple of other bits and pieces which I haven't heard of, but things like harvesters, lionworms, Tanakan, scorpionoids, and the swarm. Now I haven't actually done those. I don't really know what they are. I don't know if they're made up for this or whatever. Now, I will say, does not contain the Yautja. So this is Alien, the role-playing game. There's no Yautja in it. In fact, I don't even think they exist in this for you to use. So just kind of keep that in mind. If you want to use the Yautja, they're not in here. Trying to think what else. So we've got other bits and pieces. I do know that they have specifically the colony for Alien Romulus. Just trying to remember if I can remember exactly where it is, but we'll probably find it in a bit. And then obviously we've got campaign play, so that's kind of cool. And then the appendices, so creating your survivor, mission starters, danger levels, and rules for solo stealth encounters. Let's move this over here. Solo combat and solo space combat. So that's really kind of cool. And I have to say, I love the artwork in this. So here we've got, you know, like I say, we're not going to go. So what's through the story, mother? So basically we've got that chart careers on the frontier. So you could just be a career man, like literally you're role playing, and you know, just go through, and your campaign can be pretty much based anywhere where you want. So you've got cinematic play, you've got gameplay, and basically the cinematic is like the arc of an alien film, and then campaign is just like, you know, a long thing. Maybe you just from birth to death. I mean, you know, which I really love when they do that. Tools of the game, role-playing game, or what is a role-playing game, core concepts. You can be an android in it. You can be a secret android, true. Obviously you can be a pilot, which I like. Colonial, marshal, company agent. medic, you can be a kid, pilot, officer, scientist, a roughneck. So think like the colonists on Hadley's Hope. They're technically considered roughnecks, I believe. And then we've got, you know, how to use all your skills. Like I say, we're going to have to go through this pretty quick, because otherwise this video is going to be forever. But yeah, so we've got stealth mode, stuff like that, which I really love. Again, I'm loving the artwork for it. Close combats is in here. You've got damage, all the tables for everything. Let me see if I can find some Alien Romulus references. Oh, here we go. Go back here for a second. So here we've got, obviously, now this is a kind of a station like Romulus, but different. Here we go, it's Jackson's Star from Alien Romulus. So, you know, this gives you the map for that. The mines, landing pad. Yeah, so here's Jackson's Star. No idea what that is, some kind of weird thing. So basically it allows you to go into well-established systems and colonies, or you create your own. NPCs, plot twists, so you can literally roll a plot twist. You could be playing it and your DM will be like, okay, I think my players are getting a little boring or bored, roll the dice and plot twist, you got a xenomorph outbreak or something. Destinations, missions, job generator, if you don't know. So this is all character creations, planets with atmosphere, non-atmosphere. So and that's all the campaign play, which I really like the idea of, especially doing it. Then we're going to get into some of the aliens, so the neomorphs, alien hives. So if you're an Alien fan, this is probably good for you. Doctor, especially when the facehugger explodes, that's really cool. The iconic xenomorph. And then obviously we've got a nice little table here that kind of shows you all the different sizes of the egg, facehugger, chestburster, scout, soldier, and queen, which is really good to kind of see that. Then the engineers, a whole section on that. And then we've got some other bits on different vehicles, LV, Acheron, Frontier, the Tartarus section, Fury 161, so this has Alien 3 in it. It doesn't have Alien Resurrection, I don't think, but it has pretty much anything that's released from Alien up to Alien 3. So there's no Alien Earth stuff in here, and there's no Alien Resurrection, but we do have Romulus and stuff like that. And then the Weyland-Yutani, we've got bits and pieces, cinematic play if we wanted to go through that. Being the game mother, so, you know, basically if you want to be the DM, which I really like. Space combat, Smuggler's Run. And here we've got some bits on some of the ships. So we've got the Sulaku, the Nostromo, another one, a different version of the Nostromo with different ships. So here you can see the ship from Romulus, which I really like. And then we've got some of the other vehicles that we can use. Spacecraft Basics. I think there was a section on Hypersleep, yep. So then we've got the dropship, NPC. I think we see this in Hadley's Hope. I don't think we see these in, you know, in that. Pharmaceuticals, be a drug dealer, hack, computer mainframes, things like that. So you really do weaponry. So gear and tech is a really good section. So here we can see some of all the different weapons that you see in there. So we got the pulse rifles. So the one we see in Alien, and one we see in Romulus, that's a different version of that, and the smart gun. So it really just adds it all. And like I said, I just wanted to go through quickly and, you know, show what was in here. But I mean, buy this with the starter set and you've got a recipe for success. I mean, this game is just so in-depth. And honestly, even if you don't play the role-playing game, but you play Aliens, Another Glorious Day in the core, or some of the others, and you want to expand what's in the game, get it. Because it is an Alien reference book. It really is. That is what this is, as well as a cool rulebook, which I love from this kind of thing. So that's it, guys. That's it from us. Like I say, if you want a deeper dive into it, I can try and do a deeper dive. It really might deserve it. But yeah, so this is Alien, the role-playing game. As always, please subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the like button, really helps. And if there's any terrain that we've featured on the videos, like the mines, and you want to purchase it, we do a 3D printing service. Just drop us an email, or you can head on over to LV427 Designs, and they have all the STLs there. Thank you very much, guys. We'll see you soon.